Hello, my dear friends, my dear masters, and my dear gods. Welcome to day 4 of the 21-day plant based challenge. And I hope that you're still on this challenge and really feeling that change, feeling that energy slowly building up. So, I want to motivate you to please stay on this challenge of 21 days as you go by and stay with me on this journey together. So, my dear friends, today we are going to discuss about the vitamins that we are worried about when we consume plant-based food. So, this is something which I'm going to talk about today and talk about this whole foods that we consume. Whole foods plant-based food, my dear friends. The whole foods plant-based food has many health benefits apart from many other benefits that we have seen till now. It can also lower the risk and reduce symptoms of certain chronic diseases, my dear friends. The first one is heart disease. Perhaps one of the most well-known benefits of whole foods plant-based diets is that they are heart healthy. However, the quality and types of foods included in the diet matter. A large study in over 200,000 people found that those who followed a healthy plant based diet, rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, and nuts, had a significantly lower risk of developing heart disease than those following non plant based diets. And then, similarly, cancer. This is for all those who want to shift to plant based diet, my dear friends. There are so many benefits. There are nothing but benefits when you adopt a plant-based diet. There are no disadvantages whatsoever. There are no disadvantages because whatever vitamins and proteins and minerals or B12 or D3 that we are talking about, all these things are available, readily available in all the plants, my dear friends. So you really don't have to worry about what will happen to my health when I consume only plant based products. Let me tell you one thing. Most of you might be thinking that vegan food or plant based food is very expensive and I have to spend so much money and all that. So, let me tell you one thing over here. Money can be earned if you just put in a little more effort in your life, little more time in earning money. You can actually earn more money. But remember one thing, the only beings that are paying the price for filling up your plate, filling up your cup, or filling up your glass are the animals. They are the price payers. They are the real persons who are paying the price for you, your taste buds, because you think that you cannot do without animal products. They are not here for you, my dear friends. They are not here for you. They are paying the price. They are sacrificing their lives just to have a taste of dinner or lunch, which you think are the only source of protein or the only source of vitamins and minerals or whatever. Animals are paying the price for our inhumanity. Animals are paying the price for our selfishness. Animals are paying for us, my dear friends. Even if you see dairy, these mothers, they are giving their mother's milk to you, to us, instead of giving the mother's milk to the baby calf. How can we justify this action? We can make a list of things that are scientific or healthy or proven or whatever, but how can we answer the mother who is in tears when the baby calf is taken away from her, when she is being made pregnant her whole life just because we need her milk? But the breaking news is that we really do not need any milk after infancy. Just a question, just a quick question over here. How do cows get their calcium? Or how do other animals get their calcium? They have very strong bones, very strong, very healthy. How? Because the mother's milk that they get when they are children, when they are infants, is enough for their entire human life's immunity power. So we really need to think and rethink and see how we are affecting the animals' lives because of our habits, because of our thinking, because of our opinions. We have all the right to do whatever we want to do with our life, but we do not have the right to make any other living being, whether it be a human or an animal or any being, to suffer because of us. This is called non-interference, as Patriji says. We really don't have any right to interfere in any animal's life whatsoever. So here I would like to uh, ask you, urge each and every one of you to go on a plant-based diet. This is a challenge for you, and let's see how it really changes you or not. It's up to you to decide whether to continue this even after the challenge. So I have a small presentation for all of you to talk about the plant-based food vitamin A and D, my dear friends. So here I would like to share. This is the presentation which I made for you. This is the day 4, wherein I will be talking about the vitamin A and D. So before that, I would like to really, ask everyone to post your questions or comments on Facebook. Whatever you have on the, based on what we are discussing about right now, if you have any kind of questions to ask uh, regarding plant-based diet, please do so, because this is something which is really, really important. And here it is, my dear friends, the presentation which I've made for you guys for the day 4. And where do vegans get their vitamin A? Our bodies turn carotenoids from plant foods into vitamin A. And this vitamin is required for growth and development, eye health, and the normal functioning of our immune systems. And these are the sources of carotenoids. And it's important to eat a variety of fruits and vegetables, and vegans should really include a rich source of carotenoids in their daily diets, such as orange, sweet potato, butternut squash, carrot or spinach, dried apricots, kale, cantaloupe, melon, and spring greens also provide good amounts of carotenoids. So these are the foods that we really need to eat in order to maintain our health and eat a balanced diet, eat a balanced plant-based diet. So this is really important for us to consume the variety of plants, the variety of vegetables and fruits in order to keep the minerals and vitamins intact in our body. So here are some tips that will help you to get enough carotenoids every day. Either you can choose 1 medium sweet potato or choose 3 dried apricots and 3 heaped tablespoons of butternut squash, or 4 heaped tablespoons of kale, or 3 heaped tablespoons of carrot, or slice of cantaloupe melon 2 inches of 5 centimeters wide, and also cereal bowl of fresh spinach, or 4 heaped tablespoons of cooked spinach, my dear friends, or 4 heaped tablespoons of spring greens, my dear friends. So these are some tips that you can use, to get the enough carotenoids in your body, the vitamin A, which I'm speaking about. And here I'm going to talk about the vitamin D that we're all worried about when we are about to, transform ourselves into a plant-based person. So vitamin D's primary role is to help our body absorb calcium and phosphorus from food. And both these minerals are essential for maintaining healthy bones. People who do not get adequate amounts of vitamin D are at a heightened risk of developing weak and brittle bones. So this is something that we really need to take care when we are going to plant-based food. And your immune system also needs vitamin D to work well. Vitamin D deficiency is linked to increased autoimmune issues and a higher risk of developing infections. So these are not these are for people who are about to change to plant-based diet. But if you really do meditation every day, you really do not need to worry about your health as much as non-meditators do. So when you meditate, when you do get the cosmic energy, that really helps you heal yourself, heal your body, and get all the things that are necessary for you to survive in this body, in this temple, not a graveyard. When you meditate, you turn this body into a temple. So that is how it works. Meditation and plant-based food works wonders. They are very, very, very good teammates that go together. So my dear friends, please do meditation along with consuming only plant-based food. So there's evidence to suggest that vitamin D may play a role with cancer prevention, but research isn't conclusive at this time. So there's also evidence to suggest that vitamin D may reduce the risk of heart disease. So it can really help us to see how we can increase the vitamin D protein or vitamin in our body. So what are the vegan sources of vitamin D? Vitamin D is unique compared to other vitamins. Even though you can get it from various food sources, your body can also make it. When you expose your skin to sunlight, your body has the ability to convert cholesterol into vitamin D, which also acts as a hormone. See, my dear friends, how much sunlight do you get when you wake up in the morning? I suggest each and every one of you, when you wake up in the morning, please go and sit for some time under the sun. Just enjoy that sunlight, enjoy that warmth of the sun every morning. This will really help you get rejuvenated, re-energized, because solar energy is the most powerful energy. So make it a habit to get up in the morning and sit under the sun at least for 15 to 20 minutes, but not under the harsh sun. Just the morning sun is really, really, really helpful for all of us. And then fortified soy milk, my dear friends. 1 cup of soy milk fortified with vitamin D contains about 2 mcg, that is 116 international units of vitamin D. And it's important to check the label before buying a brand of soy milk to see if vitamin D is included. And brands that aren't fortified contain very little vitamin D. We have fortified cereals. And many breakfast cereals and brands of oatmeal are fortified with vitamin D, and cereals fortified with vitamin D will usually list the vitamin in the nutritional information. So when you're buying something the next time, when you're going to a supermarket, please check the ingredients, please check the things that are included in the soy milk or the almond milk or the cereals or anything that you buy. So it's definitely plus that when you check something that you're eating. And the amount of vitamin D found in fortified cereals can vary between brands, and most typically contain between 0.2 to 2.5 mcg, that is 8 to 100 international units per serving. And then we have fortified orange juice. Not all orange juices are fortified with vitamin D. Please be careful, my dear friends. However, brands that are fortified may contain up to 2.5 mcg, that is 100 international units per serving. And juices that are fortified with vitamin D will typically mention this on the packaging. Fortified almond milk, my dear friends. This is my favorite, all-time favorite. So I use almond milk for my coffee, for my tea, for my hot chocolate, for my everything. I can even just drink a cup of hot almond milk. That is really delicious. You must try this once, my dear friends. Uh, the way to make a hot cup of almond milk is the usual, just like coffee. You just have the coffee powder, you add sugar, and you heat up the almond milk and add it up, and just mix it up and whisk it up and to get all the cream outside, and it's really delicious. Much more delicious than the dairy milk. Try it out once and let me know how it was. Let us see how it's going with you. And then we have fortified rice milk. Rice milk fortified with vitamin D contains about 2.4 mcg, 96 IU per serving. And some brands of rice milk may also be fortified with other nutrients such as vitamin A and vitamin B12. We will discuss about vitamin B12 in detail in the next episode. And then tofu. Tofu is made from soya, my dear friends. Tofu is a good source of a number of vitamins and minerals, including vitamin D. And the good thing about tofu is its versatility. It can be used in anything, in any form. Instead of paneer butter masala, you can use tofu butter masala with vegan butter. So you can use tofu with for starters or anything that you like. It's versatile. It can be used with anything. It's just like potato. Potato goes with everything. Tofu goes with everything. Just try, instead of choosing paneer from the supermarket or making paneer at home, make tofu or buy tofu from the supermarket. Just shift your hand from this to that, and you can choose this tofu over there in the supermarket shelves. And you can use it in a variety of dishes at different times of the day. And consider scrambling it and having it on toast for breakfast. That is really wonderful. And or you can make a tofu Thai green curry for lunch, or a breaded tofu burger for dinner. It is that versatile. It's just like potato, where you can use potato for everything. You can use tofu for everything, my dear friends. Sunshine, as I was speaking about. Although sunshine isn't a food, it's a great source of vitamin D for vegans. Stepping out into the sun for at least about 10 to 30 minutes 3 times a week is enough for most people. However, people with darker skin may need more sun exposure than people with light skin to reap the same benefits. And try to limit your sun exposure, as too much time spent in the sun can damage your skin, cause sunburn, and increase the risk of skin cancer. We really do not have to worry about skin cancer, but yes, if it burns our skin, then we are definitely bothered about that, aren't we? So take as much sun as possible, take as much vitamin D as possible, and that is enough. Every day when you get up in the morning, stand under the sun, just with hands spread over and just sinking in and allowing the sun energy to just get into you, get into your body, get into your skin. It's so wonderful, my dear friends. Just try it out. If you're already doing it, great. But for those who are not doing it, please start doing it from tomorrow onwards. And then what about supplements? Vitamin D supplements are another option to boost your intake of this vitamin if you eat a vegan diet. And not all vitamin D supplements are vegan friendly, so be sure to research a brand before buying a supplement. So there may be a little bit of animal products or somewhere in the ingredients, so just check it out and be careful when you are consuming supplements. And to enhance absorption, it's recommended that you take vitamin D supplements with a meal. Foods that are high in fats like avocados, nuts, and seeds are particularly helpful with increasing the absorption of vitamin D into your bloodstream. There's a whole lot of benefits of avocado fruit, my dear friends. You really need to Google it. You really need to Google the benefits of avocado and really try to make that a part of your menu, a part of your diet. It's really wonderful. It's called as a magic fruit. A friend of mine, Sri Lakshmi, had said, because she has been consuming this avocado for a lot of time. And yes, try to make this a part of your diet. And according to one study, people took vitamin D3 supplements with a high fat meal and had 32% higher vitamin D blood levels after 12 hours compared with those who ate a fat free meal. So, this is really wonderful, isn't it, my dear friends? So, you can actually do that. And how much vitamin actually D do you actually need? And the amount of vitamin D you need each day depends on your age. And according to the National Institutes of Health, an average health intake of 400 to 800 IU or 10 to 20 micrograms is sufficient for more than 97% of people. And here's the recommended daily intake of vitamin D based on age. Babies who are 0 to 12 months old, 400 IU. Children 1 to 13 of age, 600 IU. Teenagers, 600 IU. And adults uh, below 70, 600 IU, and adults over 70, 800 IU. So this is the amount of vitamin D you need as per your age. So this is a whole lot of information for you to process. Just think about it, and I hope this is helping you a lot. And the potential health benefits. What are the health benefits of vitamin D? It has reduced risk of osteoporosis, falls and fractures, and higher doses of vitamin D can help prevent osteoporosis, falls and fractures in older adults. It has better strength. Vitamin D can increase physical strength in both upper and lower limbs. And cancer prevention. Vitamin D may help prevent cancer. And one study noted that 1100 IU per day alongside calcium reduced your cancer risk by 60%. And reduced risk of type 1 diabetes. One study in infants linked to 2000 IU of vitamin D per day to a 78% reduced risk of type 1 diabetes. And depression management, I forgot that point. And studies showed that vitamin D may ease symptoms in people with clinical depression. I do not personally believe that everything only plant-based food can do it, but we need to do some meditation as well. Meditation will really help us get a hold on ourselves, get a hold on our health, on our mind, and on our body, and on our emotions, everything. All these also play an important role in our health, in our mental health, in our emotional health, and all the things put together. And then we have improved mortality. Some studies suggest that vitamin D reduces people's risk of dying during the study periods, indicating that it may help you live longer. So, however, many of these results are, they can be taken into consideration or not, but it's up to you. So, according to a recent review, more evidence is necessary to confirm many things over here. So, these are the potential health benefits, not necessarily the benefits, but these are the potential health benefits. So, what is the bottom line? The bottom line here is that if you eat a vegan diet, getting enough vitamin D can be challenging. But there are ways to increase your intake that don't involve animal sources at all. So cereals and milk replacements fortified with vitamin D are two of the best sources of dietary vitamin D for vegans. And taking a daily vitamin D supplement can also help you boost your levels. And the miracle worker. Exposing your skin to sunlight can also increase your body's natural vitamin D production. And for most people, 10 to 30 minutes, 3 times a week is sufficient. So there you go, my dear friends, all the information about vitamin D. And I'll be talking more and more about these vitamins, the questions that you might have. about B12 or D3 or other proteins and minerals and omega 3 or omega 6 and all that. I'll be answering all those questions also as we go. And here we come to our favorite part, the recipe part. I have put up three different kinds of recipes for you, and you can actually watch this in PMC English as well. If you want to revisit the menu, revisit the ingredients, revisit the process, this video will be available in PMC English, my dear friends. So please don't miss out on subscribing to PMC English as well on YouTube. So cinnamon roll steel cut oatmeal, my dear friends. So this is a picture for that recipe, and here we are going to talk about the ingredients. So 1 cup steel cut oats, 2.5 cups unsweetened almond milk, 4 matchtool dates pitted, and 1 teaspoon cinnamon, half teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon vegan butter or margarine. Yesterday we have spoken about vegan butter, how to make vegan butter. So if any of you have tried it at home, just let me know, post your comments, post your questions, whatever it is, I will try to answer as much as possible. And then how to prepare it. Now that we have got the ingredients, add the almond milk, dates, cinnamon and vanilla to a blender. Blend until smooth. You may have some small pieces of dates left. This is okay. They'll break down during the cooking. So add the oats, blended milk and butter to the instant pot. Stir everything together. Set the instant pot for 7 minutes on high pressure using manual mode or multi-grain mode, and set the steam release handle to ceiling. So there's something called as Instapot, my dear friends. It's all available in the most of the areas. So this is the setting for that particular Instapot. Generally we use pressure cookers or the electric cookers, but there's something called as Instapot, which even my sister uses, and most of the Americans or the Westerns use them. So you might want to try it out. So once done, turn off the instant pot and do a natural pressure release for 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, release the remaining steam. Stir the oats and add more milk if desired. The oats will continue to thicken as it sits. And serve with more cinnamon, butter and other toppings of choice. So this is the picture of cinnamon roll steel cut oatmeal, my dear friends. This is a lovely dish for breakfast. It will be highly nutritional. It is of highly nutritional value, and it will really fill your stomach. So this is one of the recipes that I've got for you, and we'll go to the second recipe, which is the sprout salad with tofu. So as we have spoken about tofu, which is full of vitamin D, that is the reason why we have put this particular recipe over here. So the ingredients here are 1 cup steamed moong and moth dal sprouts, 1 cubed cucumber, 1 cubed tomato with or without skin, 1 ripe avocado sliced. See guys, avocado is very nice, just try it out once. And 8 to 10 small cubes of tofu. Some pieces can be crushed too if you want to. And boiled potato cubed optional, 2 green chilies cut finely, roasted peanuts handful, grapes handful, oil 1 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon lime juice, and a pinch of chaat masala and table salt to taste. So these are the ingredients for the sprout salad with tofu. So once you have all these ingredients, it's very easy to mix it all up because it's a salad and it's not going to be cooked. So this is how it looks. As you have seen in the picture, this is how the salad looks once you're done with it. So what is the procedure? Transfer the sprouts to a large mixing bowl. Add all the ingredients for the salad. Give it a good toss. Add oil, salt, chaat masala and lemon juice, and it has a tangy taste. So mix gently, and you can use a fork to mix the salad. Garnish with peanuts and grapes and serve the sprout salad with the mint collar in the afternoon. This is a great dish for summers, my dear friends. You can really try it out with your children, or it can be an appetizer, it can be a good salad to start your lunch or dinner. So you can try this out. And the last recipe, so I have saved the best for the last. So this is the vegan banana bread. How to make the vegan banana bread? We need to have half cup brown sugar, half cup white sugar, half cup margarine at room temperature, 3 bananas mashed well, 2 cups flour, half teaspoon baking soda, 1/4 cup soy milk mixed with 1 teaspoon apple cider vinegar, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon allspice, and 1/2 teaspoon salt. So these are the ingredients for the vegan banana bread, my dear friends. And the instructions. Preheat oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Spray a 8x4 bread pan with a non-stick cooking spray. Sift together flour, baking soda, salt and spices. So you can just mix it up and make it, a dough like a thing, and cream together the margarine and sugars. Add bananas, soy milk, apple cider vinegar and vanilla. Add the wet ingredients to the dry and mix well. Really mix well and pour the entire batter onto a pan. Sprinkle brown sugar on the top and bake for an hour. So then keep it aside for 10 minutes. There you have your vegan banana bread. And this is a picture of the bread that you are about to taste when you're done with it. So my dear friends, these are the recipes for us today, and I hope you really enjoyed today's session and would definitely try it out at your home. You can spend time cooking with your family and have fun together and do this. Someone does sprouts, someone does the cutting of vegetables, someone does this hanky panky and all that. So you guys have fun with cooking and enjoy the plant-based food challenge while the journey is lasting. So I really hope you are successful in completing the 21-day plant-based challenge. So because I'm really looking forward to celebrating everyone's success over here. So yes, my dear friends, if anyone wants to post comments or questions, you are more than welcome to do so. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Makaranda, sir. Yes, sir. You can please unmute yourself, sir.
Paranita madam, hello. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Hi. So regarding the vitamin D, I do take vitamin D supplements, and then my doctor has told me to mix it with ghee.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what we do. We mix it with ghee. My wife doesn't like ghee, so she takes with coconut oil, because I agree with you, to take it with some fat is very important for the vitamin D to get absorbed.
Yeah.
So that's what we do.
Yes, sir, and we can also get this vegan ghees. There are many products that that are now coming up with vegetable fat ghees. I personally buy MK vegan ghee. It's available in the market, in Indian market. So MK vegan ghee is really very tasty actually. I use it for my pongals. I use it for toasting my bread or whatever reason. So I really enjoyed it. You might want to try it out once.
Yeah, I mean, see, we are like, we after attending the 40-day sessions with Chandra sir from September onwards, so slowly, steadily, I have become veg now.
Okay.
So, I haven't really given a thought to become a vegan.
Okay.
Although I heard about it from a lot of people. Essentially, we have, I'm from Mumbai, by the way. So for me, the chai is very important,
Yes.
So I have 2-3 times chai. I need that chai, when I'm in between work or anything, I love to have that. So it will take some time to, come to really a vegan lifestyle.
Yeah.
Uh, and the ghee and all we do have on our rice and things like that. But I'm listening. I'm open. I'm listening.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. My wife is also there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she also may want to speak.
Definitely, definitely, sir.
Her name is although maybe not written correctly.
Okay.
her, her face, yeah, the photo is right. But the name is something else. She's Nayan.
Okay.
Yeah, we are from Mumbai, and we do attend Patriji's programs. We do attend Chandra sir's program.
Yes,
I'm a
sir.
big fan of Patriji.
Yes, sir. Me too.
Big fan. I'm just look forward to meet him, maybe when I come to Bangalore or maybe when he comes to Mumbai. Any plans for him to come to Mumbai?
That we need to ask Mr. Sai Kumar, who is the who's handling the calendar of Patriji. So
All right, great. You are from which place?
I'm from Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. All right, great.
Yes, thank you so much for actually becoming a vegetarian. That's a huge, huge step for people who are, from meat eating. They come to that's a huge step, and congratulations for taking that beautiful step of yours.
Thank you.
You're not doing just good for yourself, for your family, for the animals, for Mother Earth. You're doing so much good, and I'm really, really proud of you both taking this beautiful step to becoming a vegetarian first. Yes, it will take some time. Yes, but this is something which I'm trying to get an idea about certain things, and there are so many questions, so many doubts that people have regarding plant-based food. So that is the reason why we have put up this program.
No, that's really good. Very, very good actually. And there's a good movie also. I think Globe Changers or something like that.
Game changes.
Game Changers. So I seen a part of it, but it really talks about that. If you talk about proteins, then you can also get it through a veg diet. It's not necessary you have to resort to meat. I think
Yes.
that's the bottom line of that whole thing, because athletes and those who are doing high endurance sports can also have veg diet and get their supplements of nutrients and proteins, etc.
Yes, yes, because so many famous sports persons, for example, our own wrestling champion, Sushil Kumarji, he's a pure vegetarian. He also came for the SSI in part 2. So he's a pure vegetarian, and so many other athletes, very strong athletes who are vegetarian, who are, who only consume plant-based food. So yes, that,
See the challenge world over is the Middle East countries and the European countries in America. Like I've been to UAE, and people, they eat breakfast, lunch, dinner. They have only meat. They don't understand what is veg. I was in China. I tried to explain them that please don't put anything in my fried rice. Please do not put any egg. I had to literally break my head for half an hour to explain to them. So but it's a movement. So let us start with India and
yes,
all those nations who are willing to be open. Like our Modi ji has started in Abu Dhabi when he had visited. So their government had declared that time that every Monday they will eat only veg diet. I don't know whether they are still following it or not, but that was during PM Modi's visit to them. That's a big thing.
yeah, that's a big thing.
That's a big thing to even say one day they will have veg.
That's a big thing, a big success for animals actually. Not even for us, but it's a huge relief for some of the animals at least not to be slaughtered and killed at that time. So yeah.
True, very true. Great effort.
Yes,
Great
thank you,
effort.
sir. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, any other friends? Amrit Man is here. If you wish to speak, you can unmute yourself. So, nevertheless, we have, come to the end of the session, and we have come to the end of the day 4 session, and we have many more days to go, and we'll have many more guests who are coming up and sharing their stories and sharing their journeys with all of us. So stay tuned for all the 21 days, and Give me the feedback, guys. Give me the feedback. How did you feel once you're done with the 21-day challenge? Let me know how you feel, how the energies have changed, what is it that exactly happened with you during the 21-day journey. So, um, post your comments or questions on Facebook. I'm always available. I'll answer your questions or comments. So let us know all you want to talk to us about. So thank you so much for being with us and joining us on this day 4. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again tomorrow at 5 p.m. sharp India time. Thank you so much.